What's up, Multiverse? Dr. Dave here. Welcome to the Geek Lounge. On today's video, we're going to be catching up with my Funko Pop parcels. Now, I have actually been neglecting the parcels for the last couple of weeks. We were pretty busy with Comic-Con. There was just some other stuff going on. In fact, the pile to my right is pretty big, so we want to waste no time and get into it. Though the very first two that I'm going to show off to you guys, I did actually get signed at MCM Comic-Con. First up, we have Nishiki from Tokyo Ghoul. If you guys wanted to see my full haul, including all of the autographs, all of the quotes that I got, my interactions with the guests, there's a link to that video right now. And I'm not going to lie, I've only seen a few limited scenes in both Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul because Eric Vale came to MCM Comic Con and he happens to be my favourite voice actor. I thought, you know what, let's just get Nishiki in and get that signed as well. I got tons signed by him. Again, check that video out if you wanted to see the full haul. So I watched a few scenes from Tokyo Ghoul to try and get some quotes, and then I watched the scene from Tokyo Ghoul when he first appears. From what I understand, he's wearing this mask, and then it's kind of revealed that it is Nishiki. And then some other things happen that I'm not 100% sure on, so I don't really want to say too much. But from the scene I've seen, that kind of sounds a bit weird, the pop does look pretty cool. He's holding the mask, we've got the red eyes, the glasses, the green hood, the whatever it is, tail coming out of it. Again, like I said, really need to go and finally watch Tokyo Ghoul. It is on my list. I know I say that with a lot of animes, but it's definitely there on the list, I can promise you that. But yeah, really happy to get the Funko Pop. I think it looks really cool, and even happier that I have it signed. And the other one I recently picked up and got signed at MCM Comic Con was Alex Armstrong from Fullmetal Alchemist. Yes, I managed to get it signed by the legendary Chris Sabat, who was absolutely awesome, and we got a pretty long quote on it. And I've actually wanted to get this one into the collection for quite a long time. It's, of course, from the OG Fullmetal Alchemist releases, whereas all of the new stuff is now Brotherhood. If you guys didn't know, Fullmetal Alchemist released early 2000s, I think it was. The manga hadn't finished, and so it went in this really, from what I understand, wild direction, like completely different from what the manga ended up being. I honestly didn't watch the first one. From what I heard, the story is told at a lot like slower pace, so you do get to like understand things a bit more. But then Brotherhood came out, I want to say 2008, 2009 sometime, and pretty much closely followed the manga. And from what I understand, is far superior. It is the one I watched, thoroughly enjoyed it. A lot of people consider it the greatest anime of all time. Definitely up there for me. But yeah, this character, absolutely hilarious. It was awesome to meet Chris Sabat. Again, check out that video if you want to hear all about my guest interactions as well. But yeah, just really happy to get this into the collection. He looks great. That kind of muscular head. It almost doesn't quite look Funko Pop-ish to me, if that makes sense. Like maybe a little bit, but very different to some of the other Funko Pops that we usually see. We've got the muscular arms, the tuft of hair, the moustache, all the kind of glitteriness going on as well. Just very, very cool. And I actually got this for a pretty good price. It was from Be More Geek. You guys should check them out if you do want to get grails. You can get some for pretty cheap, although condition-wise, you always have to check the images. Yeah, this was on there for like 70 odd quid for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I was umming and ahhing about getting it signed, or buying it, I should say, in the first place. But I was like, it's maybe like 10 to 15 pounds too much, like what I would be willing to pay. And then it actually just dropped in price to like 40, it was either 48, 49, or let's just round it up to 50 quid. So in the end, I was like, sweet, I'm going to grab it, had the GameStop exclusive sticker, and then got it signed by Chris Sabat. And just before we crack on, guys, I wanted to say a big thank you to all of our loyal subscribers. We've just passed 3,000, guys. It was actually last weekend during MCM Comic Con, but because things were so busy, it kind of passed me by and I completely forgot about it until now. So again, a big thank you to all of our 3,000 plus subscribers. We really do want to grow the channel. We need your help to do it. Shares, likes, and of course subscribing if you haven't already. But yeah, once again, a real big thank you to each and every one of you for your support. Next up, we got a few things from Smith's Toys, and they were all discounted. I don't think there was any particular sale or anything like that, but they all had discounted prices, and I wanted them for my collection. First up then, we have the Stranger Things 4-pack, and this was discounted at £20, so essentially £5 per pop. And unless I'm mistaken, all but one of these are available in single pop format, you know, coming in their own box, the exact same molds. You guys know what I mean. And they're depicted in their outfits in the upside down when they head there to battle Vecna, or at least Nancy and Robin battle Vecna, and Eddie and Dustin go and battle the Demo Bats. So first up here we have Nancy, you know, in that gear with the shotgun. Of course, she does end up blasting Vecna. Maybe it's a little bit of a spoiler, but come on, guys, that season was a year and a half away, and we still maybe like a year and a half away, maybe a year away, let's say, from the final season. Cannot wait. Then there's Robin, also in her military fatigues with the red beret. She looks very, I don't know, guerrilla warfare, if you ask me, like Che Guevara or something like that. They're kind of like the vibes I get when I look at this, and certainly when the scene occurred in the series. She's got that Molotov cocktail. I think they've done a pretty good job with that. I do quite like the detail on that, how it's kind of drooping out and it's like somewhat lit. She's just getting prepared to throw it. Then there's Eddie blasting out Master of Puppets on his guitar. Of course, he climbs up onto the caravan or the motorhome, whatever it's called, when they're battling the demo bats. And unless I am mistaken, and if I am, someone please do correct me in the comment section below, this is the one you can't get as a single Funko Pop. I believe this is exclusive to this 4-pack, at least this color scheme. It has been released like singularly, and then there was a metallic version as well, but they were with the proper colors. I'm just going to go with that, proper colors, whereas this is kind of like the blue and the reddish. It's kind of like a light effect of the upside down. I actually think it looks really, really cool. Yeah, Eddie was a very, very popular character, and yeah, will he come back in the next season? I guess we'll have to wait and see. And lastly, we have Dustin with his makeshift, I don't even know what I'd call it. We've got a trash can with spikes, this homemade spear, and then this outfit, whatever it was made up of. I honestly can't remember. I should have gone back and watched the scene before I opened these up so I could like refresh my memory a bit, because it has been a while. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was like a year and a half ago now when the season did drop. But yeah, it's still pretty cool. I've still got loads to go in my Stranger Things collection. Speaking of which, I did also grab this OG Lucas. It wasn't from Smith's Toys, but I figured as we're looking at Stranger Things, let's do this right now. And I honestly thought I already owned this pop, but I recently boxed up my Stranger Things collection to go into storage, unfortunately just for space issues, and he wasn't there, and I hadn't marked him off the list either. But the crazy thing is, as I was just saying before, I have so many Stranger Things Funko Pops. I think I have over 70, but it's like I need even more. It's crazy. There's almost 200 Funko Pops in the Stranger Things line. That is absolutely insane. I probably won't go for all of them either, pardon me. As I just said with Eddie, there's like a metallic variant. I don't really care to get like every single variant and things like that. So I wouldn't go for every single one anyway, but I would at least like to get one of each and every mold. So I've still got a long way to go, but yeah, we finally have OG Lucas into the collection. Again, got some military fatigue, well, a military bandana we can call it, but he's got the binoculars, the outfit, the rucksack, all from the very first season. Yeah, just happy to add it into the Stranger Things collection and get one closer to completing that collection. Also from Smith's Toys, and also discounted, I grabbed Umbreon, Sobble and Luxray to add to my Pokemon collection. And Pokemon's another collection that I boxed up recently as well, though I haven't put it into storage just yet, because I had some additional room. To be honest, I'm nowhere near completing that set, but I didn't really know what I had. So pulling it all out, boxing it all up, I've now been able to record what I have and what I don't have. So now I've got a very good idea. And I was like, I saw these on sale. Umbreon, this is the flocked version. What the hell is flocked? Flocked version, which was on sale for, I believe, £10, if I'm not mistaken. I think they had both. And the regular one was £10 as well. I was like, well, I might as well grab like the exclusive flocked one because it's kind of worth a bit more. I'm not so bothered about like flocked and metallic. Again, I wouldn't buy every single one. I just think it's a little bit silly, especially when it's the same mold. I'm just honestly happy to have one of each and every mold. I think this does now complete the evolutions for me though, if I'm not mistaken. Then there's Sobble looking very, very sad, the Generation 8 water starting Pokemon from the Sword and Shield game. We do actually have all three of those now because we had Score Bunny, and then there was Grookey. Maybe Grookey was released after Sobble, actually. I can't entirely remember. I actually picked this up for just £5 in the sale. I do like it when you find something a little bit cheaper, especially over here in the UK. We always see the sales in the US, and I get it. Those sales are like before tax, so, you know, the sales aren't always as great as it first appears to us because our prices already include tax. But yeah, to get a Funko Pop, and I don't think this was like released so long ago, for £5, I'm always happy to get it, especially if it's something that I collect. Then there's also Luxray, who I believe was £7 in the sale. It definitely wasn't as cheap as Sobble, but definitely not as expensive as Umbreon. So yeah, I'm going to go with £7. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Maybe £7.99. We're just getting into way too many semantics here. But yeah, a pretty cool pop. Weird though that it's his final evolutionary form. Of course, we have Shinx, Luxio, and then Luxray. So it's like they've gone straight ahead to Luxray, and we haven't had the other two. I think Shinx could look pretty cool, but at the same time, I thought they've done a pretty good job with Luxray here, with the color scheme. As we know, the blue and the golds. The eyes maybe look a little bit weird there to me. I don't know, but like Funko Pops, they all pretty much have black eyes anyway, unless they are going for some specifics on the character, so I guess not too bad. And the last thing I picked up from Smith's Toys, guys, was not in the sale, but it is a pretty new release, especially over here in the UK. I finally got the Man-Beast form Kaido. So last year, I gave the very first Kaido Funko Pop second place in my top 10 Funko Pops of 2023, and here we now have him in his Man-Beast form. And this just looks freaking sick, though I'd have to like compare them both. I'd have to take the other one out of the box and look at them side by side to decide which one is better. But this is looking very, very sick, as I said. Going around the back now, like almost pretty much a similar mold in terms of the hair and the cape, but we have the tail kind of coming out there. That looks very, very cool. One thing for sure, though, we don't have is that massive base. The first figure had the massive base, and it had like 3 prongs in it for his feet and the club as well. But this time he's kind of holding the club up over his chest. So yeah, I guess they didn't really need the base, and the stability is pretty good, to be honest. My one, the head is a little bit wobbly, which is a little bit frustrating and a little bit scary as well. I mean, it's not like a super duper expensive pop, but still a little bit annoying. I don't know if that has to do with weight or if it's just like a bit of a faulty one. But yeah, the color scheme, everything looks great. The yellow eyes, the horns, that blue dragon scale skin. It just looks really, really cool. Very happy to get this into the collection. I've had it for a couple of weeks as well. Oddly enough, Smith's Toys got it in before Funko Europe did, but I guess that does happen from time to time. Keeping with One Piece, and speaking of Funko Europe, next up we have the Funko Shop exclusive Draco Mihawk. And I remember when this was first announced, everyone was super worried that they wouldn't have a chance to get it. All the scalpers are going to take it, all the bots are going to take it, and it's still readily available. At least over here in the UK, Funko Europe, it's been on there. I don't even know if it's sold out. If it did, it like sold out for 10 minutes and then they restocked. Not sure about the US. Someone let me know in the comment section below. Is this Funko Pop still readily available? I honestly feel though, with all of the One Piece drops recently, they've been pretty easy to get. The last one I feel was like terrible was probably the Goldie Roger Wanted poster, and that was like a year ago, right? I think so. Everything else has been fairly easy for me. Luffy Wanted poster was easy. Shanks Wanted poster was easy. Marco the Phoenix was easy. All of the drops I've got. I don't think I've really had a problem. And even, I think even when I bought this, I was still in the queue for a good 15 to 20 minutes. And then, yeah, just finally got it. As I said, never went out of stock. I'm just repeating myself, not even talking about the pop, which is really, really cool, except for the eyes. I just kind of mentioned a few seconds ago about Luxray, like the eyes looked a bit weird. This one, come on, guys, could you have not done his eyes? They have something against making the One Piece Funko Pops look cool. Like Luffy, Gear 5 is finally getting a mouth, but like the Wanted poster should have had a mouth. The first Gear 5 pop should have had a mouth. And yeah, Mihawk should have had his coloured eyes, because we've seen them on pops before. You know, especially like Demon Slayer, they're like demon eyes. They do a really good job with those. Why couldn't we have had Mihawk with his proper eyes? But otherwise, there's a bit of a rhyme there. This Funko Pop is really, really cool. The sword, I know it has a name, but it's the name is escaping me off the top of my head. But the outfit looks good. The stance looks good. Really, really cool. I hope John Gramillion, who is the English voice actor, does come to a UK con very, very soon. Would love to get this signed along with my Gentle Criminal and La Brava 2-pack, because he did voice that character in My Hero Academia, and I already have La Brava side signed by Megan Shipman. So yeah, hoping he does come over, but I would definitely give this pop a 9 out of 10. Would have been 10 out of 10 if they had done the eyes. We got more Funko Shop exclusives. Next up here we have Tamara Shigaraki from My Hero Academia. Was there a specific name for this? The bloody white-haired version? And getting a look at this one for the first time out of box, I think Funko have done a pretty good job on it. It definitely looks creepy and eerie like it was in the scene, though I'm trying to remember, and this is so awful because literally the week before MCM Comic Con, I was watching, well, maybe not necessarily watching, but like scanning through a load of different episodes of various different animes to get quotes. And I watched a lot of My Hero Academia because I did get a Tamara Shigaraki Funko Pop signed. I did actually get this one in just before MCM, and I was tempted. I was like, oh, maybe I should get this one signed, but I decided to go with a different one. Again, go and check the link to that video if you guys wanted to see that full signed haul. But yeah, I can't remember. Did this first occur in the battle with Redestro? Or was this when he was battling all of the like Class 1A, like Eraserhead and all of the other guys that were kind of there? It may have even been in both, to be honest. I can't entirely remember. But as I said, the pop looks great. The like massive kind of bruising there on the hand, the ripped pants, the like blood just streaming down the face underneath the white hair. Just looks very cool, very eerie, and happy to add it into what is evidently an ever-growing My Hero Academia collection. And I do actually have one more Funko Shop exclusive to unbox, though this one is an anime. It's the glow-in-the-dark soldier boy with the mask from The Boys. And I actually didn't grab this one when it first dropped. I feel it's sold out, but I know it is still readily available on Funko Europe. A lot of people, though, were shipping with the special edition sticker and not the Funko sticker. I think they may have sent a sticker in the post at a later date if you requested one. But yeah, I actually picked mine up from DJ Collectibles, and I'm just going to give this one-time shameful plug, guys. We do have an affiliate link with DJ Collectibles, which you can find in the description below. If you love US sticker pops, grails, vaulted, tons of other things, hot toys, Q Poskets, I'm trying to think, Loungefly, they just do tons of stuff, Pokemon TCG, you know, proper geek heaven. They sell it all. If you want it, they probably got it, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, and if you make a purchase using that affiliate link, you will be directly supporting the channel, to which I will be eternally grateful for. But I promise that is it for the shameful plugs, guys. Very happy to finally get this one into the collection then. Huge fan of The Boys. I think I'm only missing the Billy Butcher with the baby and the laser eyes, actually, so definitely have to pick that one up, which unfortunately is sold out. You can't get that anymore on Funko Europe. Yeah, as I said, I picked this up from DJ Collectibles. They had a bank holiday sale this past Monday, 20% off all in-stock items. Was it all in-stock items or just Funko? I think it was all in-stock items, to be honest. So I did end up getting this for the exact same price it is on Funko Europe, because they're a little bit pricier because they get everything from the States, but it definitely has, as you guys saw, the Funko Shop sticker, which makes me a little bit happy because I am a little bit of a sticker whore, as those people like to call us. But yeah, pretty cool with the mask, the outfit, the shield. Would definitely love to get this one signed as well. I know Jensen Ackles is attending a few UK Comic Cons this year. He's going to be in Wales in August. He's going to be in Edinburgh in October and Liverpool in November as well, though I'm not 100% sure if I'll be going to any of those, because I have a big trip to Japan next year, so I kind of have to save for that, really. And the next 6 or 7 pops also came from DJ Collectibles, also in that bank holiday sale. Next up then we have Gluttony, the Entertainment Earth exclusive from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. And the 20% off discount meant I got this for the exact same price it costs here in the UK with that special edition sticker. So to have the Entertainment Earth exclusive makes me very, very happy. Again, you can call me a sticker whore if you so wish. I proudly wear that moniker. Yeah, really happy that we're getting more characters from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, the homunculi Gluttony. Very, very cool there with the tongue and the tattoo design, whatever it is, on the tongue that the homunculi have. Been a long time since I watched Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. As I mentioned, or did I mention it? Well, I was looking through quotes. Yeah, I think I did say I was looking through quotes for various animes, and I was watching Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood to kind of get the lines for Alex Armstrong. I also got Reza Hawkeye signed, who, by the way, had so many cool quotes in that show. It just like made me want to rewatch that anime so much. If memory serves me right, I think it's like 69 episodes, maybe I'm just thinking the sexy number too much. Definitely in the 60 episode region, so it's not very long. Definitely is due a rewatch. definitely, as I said before, one of the best animes of all time. So yeah, very happy to get this into the collection. Still need to grab all of the common releases from this new wave. Was happily able to add another Funko Pop into the Hunter x Hunter collection, guys. We have the Chalice Collectibles exclusive Shaunark with the pre-release sticker. And just like I said with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, I'm going to repeat myself for Hunter x Hunter, guys. I'm really happy we're getting more characters made into Funko Pops. And the same with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, actually. I still need to buy the latest wave, all of the commons from Hunter x Hunter, which is all of the Phantom Troop. Well, actually, that's a bit of a lie. It's not all of the Phantom Troop, but it's quite a few of them. Shaunark is actually the exclusive version. There was a Phaeton, however you pronounce his name. Again, it's been quite a while since I watched Hunter x Hunter. In his, oh goodness gracious me, a particular armor. It has a name, but it's not coming to me right now. That was a specialty series, pardon me, Funko Pop release as well. Definitely still need to grab all of those and add them into the Hunter x Hunter collection. But we do at least have Shaunark for now. Really, really annoying. His voice actor, Griffin Burns, was actually here in the UK. He also voices Michiru Tokito in Demon Slayer, but this pop hadn't released at that point. So yeah, hopefully Griffin Burns will come back and I can get this signed to add it to the signed Hunter x Hunter collection. We did add a couple this past weekend at MCM, or last weekend I should say, at MCM Comic Con, including Crollo, his boss, I guess, signed by Robbie Damon, one of the coolest dudes I have ever met. Speaking of cool, this Funko Pop really does capture Shaunark very well. The purple, or kind of lilac, is lilac the right colour? There with his phone as well to go with his powers and whatnot. Yeah, just very, very cool. And as I said, need to get the rest of the Phantom Troop into that Hunter x Hunter collection sooner rather than later. Now, I showed off Suma a couple of weeks ago. I now finally have the rest of Tengen's wives in, guys. We have the GameStop exclusive Makio and the Chalice Collectibles exclusive Hinatsuru, again with that PR sticker. So first up we have Makio, which was a GameStop exclusive release in the US, and I guess everywhere where there's a GameStop, definitely not one sadly here in the UK. And I think it's a really good pop. Makio was kind of like the, well, I think she was like the Konoichi of the three, right? And she was like a lot fiercer. She didn't really take, like she had no patience, let's say, for Suma. I think she like slapped her and berated her a few times, but she did show a little bit of a softer side when caring for Tengen, especially at the end of the battle of the Entertainment District arc. She has the two kunai there with the somewhat revealing outfit as well, and her voluptuous body, if we can put it that way. I think that's at least PG way of saying it. Love how we got like the blonde, I don't know if highlights necessarily the right word, but the blonde hair at the front and then where it's kind of brunette at the back. Yeah, just a really cool pop on one of these clear acrylic bases as well. We're seeing this more and more, just I guess to allow these characters to still have stability but give them a bit more of a dynamic pose. Then we have Hinatsuru, so I finally have all three of Tengen's wives. She was the more, I guess, mature one. I think they were all similar ages, if I'm not mistaken, but she was definitely much more level-headed, much calmer, kinder, just the kind of maturer one of the three, although she did kind of go like crazy on the other two when they were kind of arguing and Tengen was kind of laying there sort of dying or succumbing to his injuries and whatnot, right? Love that flowing hair there. The black hair, the kind of violet dress, again, pretty revealing. Though, you know what, having said that, they were all undercover as courtesans, right? So I guess that kind of makes somewhat sense for the outfits, but you guys know anime and how they show female bodies now and again, right? Say now and again, quite often, let's say, a lot of perverts maybe in the world of Japanese anime and manga, let's say. She's got the weapon. It was like was it like a wisteria? They were like wisteria laced kunai, right? And they all like fired out at once, if I recall. But yeah, just another really cool pop. Happy to get it into that Demon Slayer collection, which is also just growing massive and massive and massive, and we know there are more on the way. Do still need to pick up that recent Funko Shop exclusive Tengen, though, with the robes. I did actually get the Chase version of the like new release one, but yeah, still need to pick up that robe one. All right, we're done with the anime, and we're going to move on to some WWE next. I picked up two from that DJ Collectibles sale. We have the two Target exclusive releases of Rikishi and the Hurricane. And because I picked these up in the sale, I think I literally spent maybe £1.20, something like that, more than I would get the special edition sticker over here in the UK. Now, don't get me wrong, the Target sticker is like Really, it's a Target. It'd be like having an Asda sticker over here for us in the UK, or Tesco or something. You'd be like, do I really care to have a sticker like that? Unless, like, I'm mistaken and people love having a Target sticker, I guess let me know in the comment section below. But I do always prefer the US sticker ones, especially if it's something that I am going to get signed. I think it just looks a bit better. And the color scheme especially, the red Target sticker with the like red branding of the WWE and the red outfit of Rikishi as well. It goes very, very well. And Rikishi is actually at least one UK Comic Con this year, maybe even two, though I think he's going to Northern Ireland, which I believe, if memory serves me right, is in September. I probably won't be heading to that one, so hopefully he can come to one of the ones that's kind of more Midlands or even London at some point, because I would love to get this signed. Was a big fan of Rikishi back in the Attitude Era. Of course, he's got all his boys kind of rocking TV right now, the Usos and Solo Sikoa, so I'm sure he's a very proud papa. But yeah, really cool Funko Pop. The one thing I would say, I don't feel Funko does a great job with the bigger characters, the larger characters, if we can put it that way. Like Vader didn't look so great. Bam Bam Bigelow didn't look... like they just should be bigger. I'm not necessarily saying fatter, or maybe I am, but they should definitely be bigger. Rikishi, yeah, you're just like... he's got a really flat ass as well, man. Like stink face. What's going on? That ass is way too flat on this Funko Pop. But otherwise, it looks pretty cool. Equally as cool, maybe even cooler to be honest, we have the Hurricane. I honestly think Funko have done a really good job with this one. The outfit, the white boots, the hand tape, the greens. I mean, like speaking of greens, like the hair, the color gradient in the hair. Is gradient the right word to use? You guys know what I mean, as it kind of like fades in from the green to the black. I think that's like they've done a really good job on that, I have to say. As we're going around, the mask straps, the Hurricane logo on the back, of course, kind of somewhat reminiscent of the Green Lantern. I believe Shane Helms was a massive Green Lantern fan. He may even have a Green Lantern tattoo, which I guess they can't depict on the Funko Pop due to licensing and whatnot, although maybe I'm making that up. It's been a long time since we saw the Hurricane. I was actually a big fan of Shane Helms back in WCW. He had the move that Cody Rhodes recently used on Logan Paul. That was like his finisher, wasn't it? I forget the name of it. I haven't actually watched King and Queen of the Ring just yet, but I did see it all over social media. I think Shane Helms as well is still with the WWE, like a producer or some kind of backstage role, again, if I'm not mistaken. So not sure if that means we'll get him at a con anytime soon, but I believe like legends and backstage people, it's all fine. It's just really kind of current on-screen personalities where WWE like to do their own things in terms of signing and whatnot. Alright, we've got 3 more pops to go, guys. I mentioned earlier I got that Alex Armstrong from Be More Geek. I also grabbed this one from there at the exact same time. I've wanted to add it to my collection for quite a while. We have the first gelatinous cube. And as you guys can see, I managed to pick up the one with the con exclusive sticker. Having said that, I honestly wish I did pick this one up back when it first released in 2020. It was an Emerald City Comic Con exclusive, though of course no physical cons that year due to the dreaded COVID-19, the pandemic. Man, can you believe that whole time period, guys? It was already like 4 years ago. Just crazy times, but we do finally have it in the collection. But yeah, would have been nicer to get it for retail, but I paid, I think, $54.99 if memory serves me right, to get the con sticker one as well. Very cool. I mean, I'm never going to get this signed by anyone, but yeah, still just very happy to get it into the collection. The thing is, like, I felt the D&D pops back then, like they've always looked cool, but it wasn't something I was massively into. And then I started to really get into Critical Role last year. And then like D&D watched the movie. Still haven't played a game. You just need to find the right people, I think. But I need to start like a beginner's thing as well. I think I get the general gist of how it all works, but yeah, just like to find a nice group of chilled people, not too serious, just to have a game like that, if that makes sense. But yeah, this gelatinous cube just looks really cool. We got the skull in there, a sword, a shield. There is the more kind of recent release, wasn't there, where there's like I think a bit sticking out, which was it WonderCon last year? I definitely want to grab that one, though I would love to get the glow-in-the-dark version, but I think that's roughly around £100, which maybe it's not too bad, because I think it was literally a con exclusive. I don't think it was like a shared sticker exclusive with any stores or anything like that. But yeah, there are other like areas and things that I need my spending to go towards. Let's say, Yes, I am talking about Japan next year. So the reason I keep mentioning Japan, guys, is because we are heading there next year for Star Wars Celebration, but I'm making a whole big trip of it. You know, I'm combining my love of anime and my love of Star Wars into one while enjoying the Japanese culture and cuisine as well. I honestly cannot wait. It's going to be such an awesome holiday. So there is going to be a lot of saving for it, but you know me, I'm still going to be buying some stuff here and there over the course of the year. I just can't help myself. But anyway, let's move on to the final two pops, guys, which are also Star Wars. So first up, we have the recently released Ezra Bridger from the Rebels line. This is the Toy Temple exclusive, first to market, limited to 5,000 pieces. Now, before anyone says anything, I do get that the sticker game can be a little bit silly sometimes. So this one is a Toy Temple exclusive in the US, and they actually had a first to market release of 5,000 pieces. Though having said that, I actually think this Funko Pop released over here before it did in the US, so it's always a little bit funny. The first to market thing is without question in the US. The UK one only came with like that crappy special edition sticker, which I've already mentioned before, I don't like, so I'm happy to get this one in the collection. I don't really buy as an investment either, to be honest, so it's not like I'm looking, oh, you know, like this one's going to be worth tons and tons of money in the future. I just like the sticker. I get a lot of my stuff from DJ Collectibles. This came from them as well, but I pre-ordered this quite a while back. I just feel the color scheme works really well as well. It's like the orange and the yellow that essentially goes with Ezra's costume, pardon me. Would love to meet Taylor Gray one day to get this signed, the original voice actor, well, I say original voice actor, the only voice actor of Ezra, because he was then played in live action by Eamon Esfandi. I hope I didn't butcher his name there. Yeah, I mean, if both of those guys came to Star Wars Celebration next year, that would be absolutely awesome. But yeah, as I said, we'd love to meet Taylor Gray to get this one signed. Very different Ezra figure as well. I'd said it before with the Sabine release, which was a box lunch exclusive, and the Thrawn release, which was a Target exclusive, pardon me. Really happy we're getting more of these Rebels Funko Pops, because those OG releases are now quite expensive, and so it gives people a bit of a chance to get some characters in some different poses and whatnot at retail. But very cool. Ezra, you know, the long hair is gone, you know, when he chopped it off after season 2, I think it was. It's been a while since I saw Rebels. Using the Force as well, which is pretty cool. We got the scratches on the face. Yeah, just a really cool pop. Alright guys, we're on to our final pop, and we're finishing off with a slightly bigger one. I picked up the Amazon exclusive Anakin Skywalker in the Naboo Starfighter with R2-D2. And this was part of the Hyperspace Heroes set that they did with various different characters in their ships, and I honestly think this may be my favourite one. I haven't got them all. I know I got Obi-Wan, I know I got Ahsoka. Did I get the Mando one as well? I honestly can't remember. I know there's Hera, and was there maybe someone else? Again, I can't entirely remember, but I know I'm definitely missing another one or two, maybe even 3 of them. But yeah, I think, as I said, this one may be my favourite. I was always a big fan of The Phantom Menace, to be perfectly honest, and now I kind of feel a lot more people are appreciating the movie than they did back when I was saying it was cool. So yeah, I kind of feel I was a little bit of a trendsetter there. Maybe not, I probably am just talking crap, to be honest. But yeah, I always enjoyed the Naboo Starfighter. We've got Anakin. This pop as like a single pop in the kind of pose has just been released, hasn't it, for the Phantom Menace 25th anniversary. Always feel R2 looks a bit weird, like the shape with Funko, but still looks pretty cool there at the back. The famous yellows, the kind of, is that supposed to be scorch marks, or is that like lasers, in fact, like the jet engines coming out there? Not entirely sure what's supposed to be going on there with that color scheme, but otherwise looks pretty cool. Yeah, the silvery bits on the front, do like it a lot, and happy to add it into that. Like I say, everything else is ever growing and big. Is there a bigger collection than Star Wars? And well, there we go, guys. If my maths is good, which it probably isn't, to be honest, that is 23 new Funko Pops unboxed and added into the collection, and that is therefore going to do it for today's video. So first and foremost, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me here on the Geek Lounge. It is very much appreciated, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If so, be sure to give it a thumbs up and drop some comments below. Out of all the Funko Pops I unboxed on today's video, which one was your favourite, and what have you guys picked up recently? And as always, we've got plenty more content on the way for you guys. The usual Funko, Lego, statues, figures, and TCGs are all incoming. Make sure you guys stay tuned. What is the easiest way to stay tuned, you ask? I think you already know. Subscribe. Hit click, smash that subscribe button, and enable those notifications so you don't miss out on any of that future content. Guys, thanks again for watching today's video, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, nerds!